Okay, in this video we are going to be doing translation. So a translation is a movement of all of my points along what is called a translation vector. So a vector has a length or magnitude and a direction. So a lot of times you're going to see it looking like something like this. That means we're going to move it 3, 4, which we're going to talk about. Okay, so our vector has these little arrows on it that tells me that it's going to be moving that direction. Okay, so I'm going to translate this triangle along vector. So I'm going to move it this way. So first we're going to graph our original and we're going to label. Labeling is very key in this unit. Okay, remember when we do points, we have to watch the elevator before we write it. So I go left or right and then I go up or down. So J is right 1, up 2, and I label him J. K is right 3, up 5, and I label him K. And then P is 6, 0, so right 6, not up or down, and that's P. Okay. When I do my vector, this stands for the X and the Y. So I'm going to move it, since it's a positive 4 on my X, I'm going to move it right 4 and up 4, because that's my Y. So I'm going to take all of my points and move them right 4 and up 4. So if I start with P, I go right 1, 2, 3, 4, and then up 1, 2, 3, 4. And then that's going to be my prime set, so that I know that I'm talking about a different set and not my original. If I go from K, I go from K and I go right 4 because that's my X value, 2, 3, 4, and then up 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I label him K prime. Then from J, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and J prime. So that I know that that is my translated set. Okay, so first we're going to graph our original. So W is negative 2, 4. So negative 2, so left 2 and up 4. And I'm going to label him W. Y is negative 1, so left 1, down 1. And I'm going to name it Y. Negative 4, negative 2 is X, so negative 4, negative 2. And Z is 0, 1. So not left or right, but up 1 is my Z. It helps to graph the original because then you can tell to make sure if you messed up your new set, because it should be the exact same shape, just moved across. Okay, so now I've got this as X and Y, so positive 7 means I go right 7, negative 5 means I go down 5. So all my points I'm going right 7, down 5. So if I take Y, I'm going to go right 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to name him Y prime. From Z, right 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Z prime. From W, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. W prime. From X, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. X prime. Okay, I will take off if you do not label. Okay, so let's say I don't like doing it that way and I want a different way to do it instead of moving off my points. Okay, so if I look at W, my X value, I went from negative 2 to positive 5. So how do I get from a negative 2 to a positive 5? Well, if I look at my vector, if I add negative 2 plus 7, that gets me positive 5. If I add 4 plus negative 5, that gets me negative 1, which is the Y value my W sits at. So technically, you can add the X's and add the Y's and get your sets. So I'm going to go ahead and graph this original set really quickly. You go ahead and do the same, and then we will find our new vector set, or our primes. Okay, so here's my set. Now if I want to do my new set, I'm going to do A prime, B prime, C prime, and D prime. Okay, so 8 plus negative 3, I'm adding my X values, I get 5. 6 plus negative 4, I get 2. So right 5, up 2, A prime. Okay, if I look at B, 10 plus negative 3 is 7. Negative 2 plus negative 4 is negative 6. So right 7, oops, down 6, B prime. C, 6 plus negative 3 is 3. Negative 2 plus negative 4 is negative 6. So right 3, down 6, C prime. Okay, D, 2 plus negative 3 is negative 1. 2 plus negative 4 is negative 2. So left 1, down 2, D prime. Ooh. And there's the exact same translation. So I'm not going to do all these. I'm going to skip, and I've got 2 left. Okay, so my next one, I want you to pause the video and try the way that I just said. And then we will do 1.1. Okay, so go to this problem, pause the video, you try it by adding your x's, adding your y's, and graphing, and then we will also do a decimal one. Okay, so your original set should look like this. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and add my x's, add my y's, and show you your new set, and then I will pause the video again and then graph them. Okay, so here is the new set that you're going to graph, and then I'm going to go ahead and graph them. So your translated image should look like this. All right, so this last one here, 2.5, so I would go right 2 and in between 2 and 3, so halfway through, and then I would go down 1, so my A or my Z is going to be right there. My P, I go right 4, down 5, and then halfway past, so that's my P. A, I go right 5, down 2.5, so a little bit past 2, should be halfway past 2, and that's going to be my A. Okay, and then I would use a calculator to add your x's, add your y's to find your primes. So I'm going to do that really quickly if you would like to pause the video. Okay, so this should be your new set. Then I'm going to graph them. Okay, so I go left 5 and then up 6 in between 6 and 7, and that is my Z prime. Then I go left 2.5, so in between 2 and 3, and then I go up 5. And that is my A prime. Then I go left 3 in between 3 and 4 and up 2. And that is my P prime. And there is my new image.